Hello, welcome back to Spiritual Warrior Tarot. I am here doing the April 2021 readings for all 12 zodiac signs. This reading will be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and this will be a general read. It's not going to fit with everybody, so take what fits your situation, leave what does not. Remember to check your birth chart for other signs, check out those readings, and don't get hung up on the gender of the cards, as we all have male and female energy within us. And just to remind you guys, these readings are very general and they are not set in stone. We all have free will. So, if you like the outcome of your reading, do your part to take upon the actions that you need to take and the behaviors you need to take to bring forth that outcome. And if it's not really something that you desire, then you can also change that as well. So don't forget that. And I just needed to close my window really quick. So again, we all have free will, so we can make anything happen that we want to, or take action to, go in another direction if it's not the outcome that you desire. So I will be pulling you a card from this deck as an overall, and then doing your journey reading with the Shadowscapes Tarot. And Sagittarius, while I was meditating and connecting to the energy, I felt two different things, so maybe there's two different groups, but the first one, I felt a very anxious energy and just kind of saw the centaur running really fast, almost like afraid of something. And I heard, what are you running from? And then it started to change as I, really sank into it. And then I kind of saw a very studious centaur with like glasses on and studying. And I heard determining which way to go from here. Almost like you're kind of putting your energy in doing your research on something, or maybe just general contemplation and assessing things in your life, like, okay, which direction do I want to go from here? So very interesting, I thought. So let's see what we have for you. And we are in the astrological new year. It is Aries season, so maybe some of you are laying plans to do something new, and maybe that anxious energy I felt was trying to run away from the old. Who knows? Spirit, please give me one card for Sagittarius in the month of April 2025. All right, we did have a card that flew out, so okay, so Sagittarius, what we have here is the body-mind card in this deck, and this is about the connection between our body and our mind. So it kind of talks about like what we feed our body affects our mind, and where our thoughts sit and what we're feeding ourselves through our thoughts affects our body. So let's just say you're in a really negative space all the time, and you're really down on yourself all the time maybe, and you're in a lot of stress and maybe in a lot of anger. This will affect your body physically, and it tends to manifest in disease if we ignore it for such a long time, because our body does speak to us. Our body will send us signals, and if we don't listen, then that in turn results in repressed emotions, and then it turns into disease after a while. And it goes both ways. So if you have a really healthy mind and you pay attention to your thoughts and you kind of err on the more optimistic, positive side, you're going to have a healthier body. And the same with what we feed our body. So if we're feeding our body good things, it's going to help our mind stay in a good space. But if we're eating a lot of processed foods, or intaking a lot of things that aren't good for us, substances or foods, medicines, you know, because a lot of, I won't get too far into this, but, you know, big pharma and a lot of the pharmaceutical companies are putting out poisons, and they're just medicines that mask our symptoms of whatever it is we're going through. They don't really heal us. So pay attention to that, the give and take between both, because they are connected. And especially with that anxious energy that I felt, almost like running away from something. Are you ignoring what's going on in your mind and in your body or in your emotions? Because that's definitely going to affect how you behave, how you think, and what your body is going to do and how your body speaks to you. So let's see what happens with your journey reading, Sagittarius. And I am usually using the Shadowscapes Tarot like I usually do if you're familiar with my channel. So this will be a general journey reading, letting you know where you're heading, what you're leaving behind, and why you're taking on this journey. So let's see. Okay, so this makes a little sense. We have here the, hold it on this side, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups generally is about missing an opportunity, but it's really an energy where you've separated yourself from people and things to, in this particular, in a regular deck, it's like you're alone and you're being offered this cup of emotional fulfillment and you're not taking it because, like, you maybe think you're not ready, or maybe you think it's not good enough, but that signals the missing the opportunity because you're not taking it. In a regular deck, it shows, you know, the person sitting there with arm crossed. That's a very defensive position with your arms crossed. This, however, in this deck, it says, you know, you're kind of, you've gone to the bottom of the depths to kind of sulk and really sit in your woes, and you're not allowing your attention to go to anything positive that's trying to come in up here, because you're just like, you're in your reflection, you're in your sadness, you're in your, like I said, you're in your woes, and you're kind of like only thinking about the things that disappoint you and what you're not happy about, and then that causes you to miss the opportunity of the good things that are coming, trying to come in for you. All right, so the first three cards are the leaving cards, what you're leaving behind. This usually just tells a story. Sometimes they can be three separate things. But this, I feel like more often than not, this is just like an arc of a story that's kind of showing me like how you're moving through and what you're kind of leaving behind. And then we have the why, the star leading you, your challenge, and your outcome. So let's see what you have here. Okay, so the first card out we have is the Fool, and this is actually the first time I have ever felt the energy of the aspect of the Fool where you're actually being a fool. Like, sorry, not to, you know, I'm sorry if that's kind of hard to hear, but usually when I see this card, I feel that taking a leap of faith and having hope and stuff, but sometimes this is like, what I'm feeling with this is almost like you are willfully kind of ignoring things, and just kind of like being like, like, I don't want to, nope, la 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 la, I don't want to look at, I don't want to listen, I don't want to hear it, anything. But maybe for some of you, this is like you beginning to take a leap of faith, but via your 2 cards that came after, it kind of feels like this is the energy of kind of ignoring. And I do know a trait of Sagittarius is not wanting to be held down and not really wanting to look back sometimes, because you're kind of a forward moving energy and you're always kind of looking for the next thing or where you should place your target. And you know, maybe for some of you, you don't really want to look at the things that kind of make you feel uncomfortable. You just kind of want to ignore them. That's what I'm, to be honest, that's what I'm feeling when I see this. Like, just kind of falling into the abyss of like willful ignorance, if that makes sense. And I don't mean that in a rude way, because sometimes it's really painful to look at the things that are bothering us, and it's not for everybody. Some people have a really hard time healing that stuff and looking at it. So the next card we have is the 10 of Wands, and this is all about heavy burdens and needing to lay those down, because you know, you see she's kind of breaking her back to keep this community up, because she's kind of afraid that if she doesn't do it, who else is going to do it? And then they're all going to fall and tumble and their whole community is going to crash and burn. You know, but in this deck it says, oh, like, you know, she feels like she can go on and she can do it. And so, you know, just know that if you're holding up really heavy burdens and you're willfully not releasing them, it's really just going to weigh you down and break your back emotionally. And then it's going to kind of, what this is, you know, kind of like this, like, it's going to affect you, you know. Not only is it going to affect your body physically, but it's also going to affect your emotions and then your health. And then I see right here we have the 8 of Swords, and this is all about feeling stuck and feeling like you don't have a way out. But this is a self-imposed prison. This is a mental prison. And that hummingbird, yes, the hummingbird here is kind of indicative of guides, people, loved ones, spirit around you, trying to urge you to see that this is an illusion and that you have every ounce of strength in you to get out of this, even if you don't see it yourself. So what I'm seeing is, you know, maybe for some of you, you've been feeling stuck and you've been feeling really heavy, and now you're ready to like let this go with the Fool here. But and that could be for some of you, but again, this came out first, and I just feel like maybe that's why you've been in a space where you feel really burdened and stuck. It's because you're kind of like being a fool in terms of not looking at your healing and not looking at things that you need to heal yourself, or to really feel and see your own magic and your own strength. So that's what I'm feeling strongest. But again, put that where it is for you, because for some of you it may be like circling around the other way, and you're like, I've been feeling really burdened, I've been feeling really stuck, and I'm ready to like let all of that go and just kind of fall into the faith of taking a leap of faith in myself. So again, I just keep feeling that that's not it, but it may be for some of you. Anyways, let me keep going. The why you're being led on this journey, this is great, Sagittarius. This is the Magician. This shows me that, again, like I said, you have every ounce of strength and power within you to make your healing happen and to come into your own power, because the Magician knows his power and has harnessed all the elements of his physicality and his environment around him, his emotions, his mental body, and his drive, his action. He's harnessed and mastered all of these energies, and then he becomes the Magician, because then he can manifest whatever it is that he wants in his life, and he knows that he can do whatever he puts his mind to. So that's why you're being led down this journey. It's like your guides want you to see you are magic, Sagittarius. The star lighting your path or leading your way down this journey, we have the Page of Cups, and this is a very romantic type of energy, and this person in this particular deck, she goes down to the bottom of the ocean for solitude. She's a romantic at heart, but she wants to kind of close out, block out the noises from like the surface, and the external environment to go down deep into these depths and really feel into her heart and get some solitude and really feel emotional wellness is what I'm feeling. And in this particular deck, it shows that she takes a little bit of the sunlight in that bowl and like puts it up to her, and it's like warmth, and she feels really fuzzy and lovey. And I'm just feeling for you, Sagittarius, that this is like almost like they want you to get quiet, you know, almost like they want you to pay attention to your emotions, get quiet, and really allow yourself to feel, and maybe sit still for a little bit, because, you know, depending on where your traits really lie in terms of all of your signs in your chart, you could be a Sagittarius who likes to slow down, or you might be that typical Sagittarius who doesn't want to stop, just wants to keep going forward, you know, forward thinking, future, don't hold me back, don't close me in this box, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, blah, 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 you know. And I'm just feeling like, you know, like a type of hamster wheel type of energy, like not allowing yourself to slow down and feel anything because it kind of scares you, or it's emotional and it feels heavy sometimes, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That sitting in that allows you to become aware of what you're feeling. Then you can be objective, not hold on to it, see it for what it really is, and then let go of it and move on. That's how we do our healing. So I'm feeling like with the Magician here, and then with the Page of Cups, it's like they're wanting to lead you to knowing how powerful you are, and to maybe love yourself a little bit more, you know. And I'm just feeling with the Page of Cups, like for some of you, maybe it's leading you to a partner, but I'm just really feeling like this is you needing some solitude and some time away. And, you know, maybe you do because you've been really burdened and feeling really, really stuck and like you can't get out of whatever you're in, you know, and getting quiet and going down into the depths of your soul and your emotions will help you to get out of that. It may feel heavy and emotional at first, but that then passes and you become aware and you release it. So the challenge for you we have is the moon. And so the moon is generally, it's like fears and anxieties, and illusions. And I just feel with this particular energy that the challenge for you is really going into your subconscious, Sagittarius, and allowing yourself to realize things. Because with what I'm feeling with the avoidance, you know, some of you maybe are scared to go into this place because the moon represents our subconscious. It's like, okay, so the moon rules our emotions. It rules the tides in the water. The water is our emotions. And with the card, the moon, in the tarot deck, it's like you are in this dark place and the light of the moon shines a light on your subconscious so you can see what's there. You know, the shadows are illuminated, so then it's not so scary and you become aware. And I'm feeling like this is the challenge for you, is really going there, allowing yourself to really go into the depths, to illuminate those things that maybe you're afraid to look at. And then the destiny or outcome, we have the Eight of Pentacles here, and this is all about work and owning your craft and really hard work. And you know, it talks about, in the book, it talks about how this spider, you know, she's worked so hard and so long and diligently to make this beautiful glowing web that twinkles in the moonlight. And, you know, I really feel like this is you coming into your own, because it talks about how she is the master of her craft. So how do you become the master of your craft? By working at it. So to you know, to allow yourself to go into your mind and to see your emotions and then learn about yourself, you're gonna see what it is that you're good at, who you are, and it'll allow you to hone in on your craft so that then you have the ability to really work on it and make it the best that you can. So let's get some clarifiers and see what we have here. Why is the full here for Sagittarius? Oh, did not even notice this flipped. Okay, so we have the Knave or the Page of Swords that came out, and this is being alert and new idea and like new fresh ideas coming in, and sometimes this is also somebody like spying and watching you from afar, like maybe through social media or something. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, so very happy, stable home and family and legacy, and I'm just feeling that you're coming into this newness. I feel like some of you are wanting a home, or wanting a new home, or wanting a new home with someone, or just maybe you're just like lonely and you really want to start putting your energy in a partner. I need some more with these other cards, so let's see what comes out, and maybe something else will be illuminated to me. That was interesting. So, I definitely see maybe some of you have been feeling like a lack or left out in the cold, maybe missing somebody, but this is a feeling of lack and not having enough. And wow. So, Sagittarius, this is really, I feel like this is really straightforward. We have the Ace of Wands and then the Sun. This is great. I'm really happy to see this. What I feel as it's clarifying the Ten of Wands, that burden, laying down those burdens, I'm feeling like they're kind of telling you, like, when you lay down those burdens and you pick up this one wand, and this Ace of Wands is like new action, it's new creativity, it's like that spark of creativity that really gets you moving. Maybe it's a creative project or just something you want to go after. Maybe even just moving in a new direction. It's going to bring you happiness. So almost like what I'm feeling is like, lay down these old heavy burdens and just pick up this one new creative spark of energy, and it's going to bring you happiness. It's going to take you in that direction that you want to go. And that's inspiration as well too. This is inspiration and passion, and then the drive and the ignition to really go for it. All right. So, I thought something else flipped. Okay, so the Eight of Wands, or the Eight of Swords, is clarified by the Eight of Wands. This is movement. This is communication. This is fast movement. I really feel like, okay. So with the Ten of Wands feeling really burdened, like I'm seeing somebody who's rooted, not going anywhere, okay? And then you're stuck. So 2 cards of like just planted and not going anywhere, just stuck and not moving. And with this, like, so this is like the universe saying, get moving, take this wand and do it. And then we have the 8 of Wands, and this is like, this is travel, this is movement, this is communication. But what I'm really feeling in general is they're like, get going, you know. And I'm just thinking about that, what I saw earlier, that really anxious centaur that was just running away. And maybe you want to go somewhere or you want to get moving on something, but you're just feeling really anxious. And the other half of that is maybe some of you are running away from things that you want to take action on, but it scares you a little bit and you're kind of running in the other direction. But in general, right now, what I'm feeling is like they want you to get moving. And, you know, the other half of what I saw was like the studious centaur who was kind of determined to figure out, okay, what's my next step going to be? What's my next move going to be? And they definitely want you moving. And I definitely see there's like a home. You're either thinking about a new home or there's a new home in store for you. Whew. Getting chills a little bit. Okay, let's see. Why is the Magician here? Or why? Why is the Magician? Why is the Sagittarius? The Magician. Thank you. Hey, buddy. Okay, let's cut it at that. Had a bunch fall out. So the Hangman is showing up. This is stagnant energy. Sometimes this is like, you know, this is like the, jeez. So the 4 of Cups is peeking out and showing itself to me again. But the Hangman goes upside down to get a new perspective. But in another aspect of it is that you're just stuck and that this is stagnant energy. So that's showing up again for you. Okay, so I have 4 cards that come out. We have the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups, again, is here twice, and then the High Priestess. So, especially with the Magician here as your why, I feel like they're trying to lead you on a journey to a new partner, maybe, but also cutting things out that don't serve you. Like, okay, so the Queen of Swords, very logical and will not allow emotions to keep her in something that she knows isn't good for her. Like, obviously she has emotions and she uses them in her decision making, but say you're in love with somebody but you know they're not good for you. This is just an example. This energy will still be like, I love you, but this isn't healthy, so I gotta cut it off. With both of these here, I feel like some of you have somebody, like you're really yearning for love and you really want it, but maybe you're with a partner that you know isn't good for you, and you really need to like listen to yourself to determine which direction to go into. And with the Knight and the Page of Cups here, because in terms of relationships, you know, the Page of Cups wants to give an offer of love, and so does the Knight of Cups, but they're a little naive, if that makes sense. Or like the Page of Cups is a little, this Page of Cups can be like a little immature is the word I was looking for. So I kind of just feel like there's maybe it's not time like I'm getting a lot of different things. Like maybe it's not time for a certain relationship, or this is really what you want. You really want a relationship, but what you need to do first is cut out things that aren't serving you, especially if you're in a relationship that's not healthy. All right, let's keep going. Alright, so this is shaping up to be relationship related with some of you, especially with the Ten of Pentacles and all of these Cups cards. So the Ace of Cups is at the bottom. New love, new emotional fulfillment. This could be, you know, if you're not in partnership or there isn't somebody particular in mind, this is like, you know, just new love in general. And emotional fulfillment for yourself and a new love for yourself, or this is just like a new love coming in, and I didn't realize this was running so long, so I'm going to try to speed it up. Page of Cups, the card that came out clarifying is the Two of Cups, and then we have the Three of Pentacles, so very solid, support, universally supported, strong bond, relationship bond between two people, healthy. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. This is like working together. So I see that you're really wanting a relationship, and maybe that's where your focus is, and you're just not really sure how to go about getting it. But I feel like once you cut out things that aren't serving you, like with this Magician energy, you realize you're the magician, you realize you can like cut away these things that aren't serving you because you've listened, then you're ready to make an offer, or the offer will come into you, depending on, you know, if you're the one giving the offer, if somebody's coming into you. And even if you don't have anybody, that could just mean somebody's gonna come in once you cut away those things that don't serve you and you listen to your higher self and you know that you're the magician and you can manifest whatever. And maybe this is just you realizing like, hey, I can do this, and be brave enough to offer love to somebody. But definitely with all of these Cups cards, and especially this is definitely a relationship coming in. Okay, so yeah, wow. All right, so I was clarifying the challenge, the moon, those fears and those anxieties. And so what we have here is, you know, you need to pay attention to your beliefs. Like, what are you thinking about yourself? Because we have the Nine of Pentacles that showed up at the bottom of the deck. This is a very independent, single person energy. So this person is like building for themselves. And this person doesn't mind being single until they have built a stable foundation for themselves. Very independent. But what came out was the Empress. So this is knowing your worth. And what I'm feeling is like, with these fears and anxieties and being afraid to really go into your subconscious, know your worth. Like this is unconditional love for yourself, and knowing your worth and not allowing anything to really mess with that. And you have so much self-worth and love for yourself that it outpours to people, and that will help you get through this fear type of energy. The love will conquer the fear. And I really feel like this is just you, especially with the Magician here and the Empress. It's like you really knowing what you're worth and not really allowing anything to come in and ruin that. Ooh. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm sorry. I know this is running a little long, Sagittarius, but wow. Okay, so, wow. All right, so, Eight of Cups. So many cups. Oh, my gosh. So, the Queen of Cups just showed up at the bottom. This is very loving energy, very emotional, but this is also being able to express your emotions, Sagittarius. So if you're in a relationship, a healthy one will, if you're in a relationship, to express yourself emotionally to the other person, that is very healthy. You know, so maybe you need to work on being somebody who's able to express your emotions freely and not be afraid of that, and not be afraid to share yourself and your hopes and fears and your loves and all of that. And then we have the 10 of Cups and then the 7 of Pentacles at the bottom. So what I'm seeing with this is like, you need to put in the work to work on yourself, whatever it is for you, your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, all of that. Clear that out, work on that, put in the work, because it will yield results, and those results will be the 10 of Cups. So you have the 10 of Pentacles now and the 10 of Cups. So very, very happy home, contented life, love life, career, family, home. Like, this is amazing, Sagittarius. I'm really good to see here. So generally what I'm feeling with this is, allow yourself to release all these things that are burdening you and that are making you feel stuck, because it's going to keep you in this loop of a negative connection between your mind and your body, and that will keep your love away from you, because you're going to be in this really stuck, yucky energy. So realize that you are the magician. Listen to your higher self and cut away the things that aren't serving you, that are keeping you stuck in your mind and afraid, and really allow yourself to go into the depths of what you're feeling, so that you can clear out anything that's keeping you stuck and keeping you burdened, so that you can get your 10 of Cups, your 10 of Pentacles, and your divine love partner. This is beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. This ran a little long. I apologize. But hey, those are the messages for you. I hope you have a great April 2021, Sagittarius, and I'll see you soon. And let me know if this resonated with you. If not, check out your birth chart for other prominent signs and check out those readings as well. Okay, I'll see you soon. Take care.